Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. So I just got back from the record store. Of course, it was a record store day. So I'm going to talk about what I picked up and kind of what my experience was. If you haven't done it, make sure you click on that link down below. Go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a couple other links down there. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page, where we've got t-shirts and sweatshirts on there. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlist, where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the channel, putting together a nice playlist for everyone to enjoy. There's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated. You can support the show for as little as $1 a month. Of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So if you're unfamiliar with what Record Store Day is, Record Store Day was first started back in 2007 as a way to kind of celebrate independent record stores. There's a bunch of exclusive albums that are released as part of that event. It's typically held on the third Saturday in April, unless that weekend happens to coincide with Easter, and if it does, it gets pushed up a week. So that's typically when Record Store Day is. Because of all the supply chain issues that we've seen over the last year or two, they have included a June drop for Record Store Day this year. So kind of a different way that they've been doing Record Store Day. Obviously, over the last couple of years, as they've done these different kinds of drops and things like that. I did a whole episode on my Tuesday episode this week about kind of how the process worked and why they went and did that second drop. But anyway, I had a pretty good experience. I typically get out to Record Store Day. I get to the record store normally about between 11 and 12. This time, though, I had to work the night before Record Store Day, so I got out at 11 p.m. on Friday. And instead of going home, because originally I was going to go out at like 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning to the record store. My record store that I typically go to, Dearborn Music, they open up at 8 a.m. So I figured if I get there 4 or 5 hours early, I'd be fine, just because there wasn't anything that was like super limited that I was looking forward to. And I knew if I didn't have to be like first in line to get what I was looking for this time. So I ended up having to work, and I got out at 11 p.m. So instead of driving all the way back home, which I live in the complete opposite direction of the record store. I actually live about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from the record store. So I didn't want to drive all the way back home and then have to drive all the way back out to the record store, especially with the way the gas prices are right now. So I decided to just go to the record store. So I got out there, probably I had to stop and get gas and pick up some snacks and things like that. So I ended up getting to the record store about 12:15. And I was kind of surprised that there was no one out there. After working a nice long 12-hour shift, I was actually a little happy about that, just because I didn't have to get out of my car and go sit in line. So I decided to just kind of kick back in my car and sleep. I don't think anyone else actually showed up to the record store until about 3 or 3:30 in the morning. So I was actually it was good to be able to sleep for a little while there. And still, even until like, I want to say probably 4, almost 5 o'clock, there was maybe 10, maybe 15 people in line. And Dearborn Music is normally a pretty busy record store for Record Store Day. In April, there's easily 300 plus people in line when the store opened. But I knew today was going to be a little bit different. I knew the demand wasn't going to be as big for this June drop. I want to say there's only like a little over 100 titles that are being released total. So I definitely knew the demand was going to be down, so I kind of expected there to be a smaller line. So, but like I said, at that time of the morning, normally between 3 and 5, Dearborn Music typically gets pretty busy. So that didn't really happen until closer to 7 o'clock this time. But, once 8 o'clock hit, there was actually a pretty decent line. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what I took. Typically, that line is 2 to 3 times that length, though. So, but there was still a pretty decent amount of people that were in line. So what Dearborn Music does, they have a kind of a different process than what a lot of other record stores do. A lot of record stores, you go get in line, you just kind of go through and pick up what you want. Dearborn Music has a system where that 8 o'clock when they open up, they give you one of these sheets. You mark down what you want, turn it back in, and they kind of pull the orders in order. So for the most part, if you're up towards the front of the line, you're gonna get what you're looking for. I was lucky enough to be first in line. Obviously, I got there 3.5 hours before anyone else, so I was able to get everything I wanted off this list. And then so I actually went to a different record store after I left Dearborn Music, though. I did this back in April also. There's another record store in my area called Rock City Music. They do a great job. They are actually like a more of a traditional kind of music store. They do obviously records and CDs and things like that, but they also do like musical instruments. It's like a more like fully rounded music store. But the cool thing is about Rock City is they open up 2 hours after Dearborn Music. So I was able to get what I was looking for record store day and then kind of hop over there and see what possibly I missed. And also Rock City was putting out a great selection of a bunch of great used stuff that I was really looking forward to digging through that, just because I knew what I already got from Dearborn Music. And of course, one of my favorite things about record store day is sitting in that line and having conversations about music, and it's just really kind of a cool few hours that before the record store opens, that you get to sit out there with a bunch of other music fans and just talk music. It's just a great thing. Obviously, I love talking as much as I talk on here. But anyway, I'm going to get to the titles I picked up. Like I said, I went to Rock City Music Company second, and I was able to pick up a couple of really cool used albums. I did pick up a great album from 1991. This is Pocket Full of Kryptonite by Spin Doctors. This is a really kind of, I don't know. I want to call it an underrated album just because it's one of those albums where, a couple of the hit tracks off here, but there's a lot of great, like, deeper tracks, deeper cuts on this album. Definitely, especially for the price I paid for this, it was a great album to pick up. Another one that I've been looking for a while is Recovery by Eminem. I know this period of Eminem, a lot of people are kind of down on, but, Recovery is a fantastic album. It's probably in my top half for Eminem albums, but same thing, just a great price. This one thing I can say about Rock City is they priced a lot of their used stuff at really competitive prices. So I was definitely happy to grab both of those. I will say that I'll put links down below for both Dearborn Music and Rock City. So if you're looking for music, definitely make sure you check both those sites out. So I definitely tried to stay within my budget for record store day this year, just because I knew I was going to go to Rock City and there's probably, some stuff I might pick up there. But so I had a set dollar amount, and I actually stuck with that. So actually I just went over it just a tad, but it's okay. So I only picked up 4 things. I did pass on that Art Blakey release, even though it was I think it's going to be a really fantastic album. So because of the price, I did end up passing on that. So I did pick up 4 things for Record Store Day, though. I did get 50 Years of TV's Greatest Hits. I think this is the most expensive album I picked up for Record Store Day this year. But this thing looks pretty cool. It's on splatter vinyl. I will say that I'm going to try to keep the shrink wrap on at least 3 of the 4 I grabbed. There is one gatefold. With gatefolds, I'm just going to cut it open, obviously. I want to see the gatefold and all that stuff. But for just a regular standard jacket, though, I'm going to try to leave these intact, because it's got the hype stickers and stuff on there. I'm going to pull these out, though, because these actually look pretty sweet. Obviously, I'll have to clean these and put these in some better sleeves, but that's disc 1 there. It looks pretty sweet. That's an awesome looking splatter on there. And then I think the second disc is a different kind of splatter pattern. No, just slightly different. There's more greens to it. Looks pretty sweet. It's one of those albums that you're probably not going to play a whole lot. It's got 62 TV theme songs from the 50s, I think it's 50s through 90s, I think is what it is. So it's one of those kind of novelty record store day releases that I know a lot of people probably don't get into, but I was definitely kind of looking forward to this one. Another great compilation that I picked up is Go Ahead Punk, Make My Day. This is a Craft Recordings release, and this is all like this was originally released on CD back in I think it was like mid 90s from Nitro Records, and it's a lot of early stuff from some great West Coast punk stuff from the early part of the 90s. You got cuts from AFI, Guttermouth, Jughead's Revenge, The Vandals, Offspring, and this is on a pretty cool looking orange splatter also. I did split this one open already. Of course, it's in one of those cheap paper sleeves. I'll have to clean it and replace that for sure. But the splatter definitely looks pretty sweet on that. So yep, I was pretty excited for this one. Also, I think there's a lot of people I saw that were talking about this punk release. So I definitely one I can't wait to clean and toss on. One of the big albums that I know a lot of people were looking forward to was Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs. I did pick up a copy of it. I have not cracked this thing open yet, but I've heard a lot of really bad reviews on this. A lot of people are having a lot of really severe warping issues with these. So, if you picked up a copy of this, I would definitely make sure you open it up and go ahead and play it pretty early. First couple of days, just because it might be kind of hard to come by and get a replacement copy of this. So I'm gonna pop this thing open real quick. This is the only RSD release I picked up that was in a gatefold, so I did fully open up the plastic on that. But it's really kind of cool. It's got, like I said, it's a nice gatefold. Got a lot of pictures on the inside from the show, and this is on clear vinyl. So obviously, because I said there's a bunch of warping issues, this will probably be the first one I play. Pretty cool looking, just crystal clear vinyl. If you did pick up a copy of Live on Two Legs, drop me a comment down below, because I'd really like to know, what percentage or how many people out there really are having these warping issues. Because I've seen videos posted since I've gotten home of some of the worst warps I've seen really in a long time with records. So hopefully it's only a small select few that had issues, and it's not part of a bigger issue. And of course, the last one on my list, that was the Gold Experience by Prince. This was the other one that was, as soon as I saw that list, I was all over. I really wanted this. I had this, probably top of my list with that Pearl Jam release. This is the first time it's been reissued since it was first issued back in the 90s. And, original pressings of this album go for hundreds of dollars. So, I was definitely happy to be able to get a copy of Record Store Day at a fraction of that price. And also, I think these are on translucent. It says, first off, it says it's a replica of the expanded limited edition promo version of the 1995 album on 2 gold LPs. That's what the little hype sticker says on there. I don't want to see what these translucent gold albums look like, though. So at least it's in a poly-lined plastic sleeve. Oh, yeah, it's definitely, I guess that's kind of gold. It's definitely a yellow. But it looks pretty cool. It's like I said, this was one that I'm definitely looking forward to. But because of those warping issues, I'm sure that Pearl Jam will probably be the first one I play. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Record Store Day. I had a blast. I know that a lot of people were kind of down on this drop. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff that a lot of people were looking forward to. But I think overall, even though, I got a smaller number of albums I typically get for Record Store Day, I think the quality definitely was there. Like I said, I was really happy about that Prince release, really happy about getting that Pearl Jam. And those 2 compilations are both pretty cool. Definitely the punk one, I was definitely more on the side of grabbing when the list originally was released. The 62 greatest TV hits or whatever the other one is. It's kind of, like I said, it's one of those novelty things that I'm sure I probably won't listen to a whole lot, but it's one of those cool things to kind of pop on every once in a while. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.